Time for some FACEIT League playoffs. You betcha. You betcha. We're kicking off NA Expert here tonight. Long awaited 8 weeks building up here to this postseason. We're down to top 16. And remember, I mean, no promotion relegation matches in the Master Division. So, I mean, top 4 here in the bracket. We will see you in Master Division for Season 5. I mean, it kind of feels like anybody's slot to take. Having 4 slots open, you know, you don't have to be the absolute tippity top best team in Expert to get a promotion, to find yourself moving up a division next season. So all that starts here tonight. I mean, we're going to have 8 simultaneous matches going on here for Upper Bracket Round 1. For North America, Expert, Advanced, and Open Division are all 16-team brackets. You know, a lot to get through. There's, you know, we'll be zooming in here on Agave Foxtails taking on Colosseo tonight. Before we kind of just zoom in and talk about our 2 teams, let's take a look at our standings, how we ended up after a regular season. Gleam our top 16. Unfortunately for Aurora, even with the 8-8, they do not make it. Cronus gets through on the map differential. They're going to be facing off against BCU Spark, though, so they made it to top 16. Congratulations to Cronus, one of 3 Iliad squads here in postseason, which is just insane. 2 in top 5. I don't know what they're feeding over in Iliad. These top 3 have looked pretty indomitable all season long. Are going to be tough to catch up to. It gets a little shakier in this 4th to 5th slot, right? 4th, 5th, and 6th. I feel like this is another like little mini tier break. When I say tier break, I don't mean that any of these teams are out of the reach of the 4th to 6th ranked teams or anything like that. But it does feel like there is a little bit of a break between 1 to 3 and then 4 to 6 and then kind of 7 to 10. I mean, really even 12. I mean, you can that 10 to 6 range, I would say. That 10 to 6 range kind of feels a little grouped up. And that's where we find ourselves tonight. We're going to have Agave Foxtails coming through with the 7th seed with a 10 and 6 season, taking on Colosseo with 10 and 6 season. Now, obviously, map differential determined most of these tiebreakers. I believe it was map differential, then head-to-head, then bushels this season. But I do, you know, both of these teams have been in FACEIT League for some time. Both of these teams have kind of been fighting their way up through the ranks. Foxtails since Season 1. Colosseo have been around since Season 2. Colosseo have been in Expert the entire time. That was Deja Vu, I believe, previously. This was the Deja Vu roster before, right? With this playoff bracket here, an opportunity to finally push up out of Expert Division and make their first foray into Master. We might get to see another important note. For the first time, we are getting Expert Division and all of FACEIT League, for that matter, have gone into a full loser pick format. So the entire format has changed here for Expert Division going into the postseason. Some classic loser pick format, which I think the real impact of that is on the bans as well, right? Big impact on that to the hero bans. Foxtails ban Ryan, and then the Lucio ban from the other side. Nobody wants to play Brawl here, apparently. So left side got first ban. And then the Lijiang Tower pick is randomized. So nobody gets map choice for map 1. Go back looking at the record here from Agave Foxtails. Pretty consistent. You do have losses to Stargirls and Ultimation, who are other 10 and 6 teams around you. No head-to-head against Colosseo. So this is the first time these 2 teams have played each other this season. This is a nutty win, by the way. Foxtails taking a dub over Nuki Tapire for the Fairy last game of the regular season. This is a crazy win. This is a crazy upset. And I think speaks volumes to the potential of this team. So the rest of the schedule looks fairly as you would expect. But man, that's a pure win. That's a big dub. That's a big dub. Same can't be said on the other side, right? A little bit more beating the teams you're supposed to and losing the teams you're supposed to. Colosseo did drop an early match to Hamsters. I'm not putting as much stock into that anymore. It's so early in the season. But hey, you know what? Our 2 teams are ready. Our playoffs are set. Just waiting on us. Just waiting on us. Let's get into map 1. We're going to Lijiang Tower. Show me some Overwatch. Yeah, this is 100% Contenders 2.0. This is our path to pro. And not basically. I mean, it's quite literally our Contenders 2.0. And I do my best to bring it to you. I know I don't have the same capacity as those old Contenders broadcasts. Those were so immaculate. But I do my best to bring you as many of these games as possible. And I remember those days. I watched so many Contenders broadcasts. I was there for all of them. I try to bring that spirit. Whoa! That's Haste going off the side. Otherwise, it was a good start there for Cross Souls and was a very scrappy early engagement between Risa and Malga compositions. Just getting right in the face of each other. Slight differences in the backline with Haste being on that brig, although both of the supports are off the map right now, leaving Hee Boink alone here on this point. Oh. Manchiro comes up with a kill. Cross Souls managed to protect their cap. Well, deny the cap and get it their own, I guess is more accurate. Protect their first kill. An explosive start there for both of our teams. That difference in the backline is the only difference between we're seeing in the two compositions at the moment. Okay, well, I just dancing on the outside for now. Slowly looking for a way in. Let's see, keep an eye on Pre-Fire. Pre-Fire put a lot of damage. You know, it makes it hard to push, but the chicken gets caught. Question for that's an early Terra Surge. Oh, it's going to be enormous. What a perfect place to put it in. That courtyard area, so difficult for anybody to get out. And it ends up being a team fight winning ultimate there out of Glacier. A giant statement with the spear there to conclude that fight. You have orbital, advantage here for Elred. Blade coming in from McChicken to try to chop through all of that healing has gotten Pokemimi in the corner. Pokemimi just wins it out. Has the sustain with that orbital to outlive the Blade. That immediately results in a flip here from Foxtails. Dueling overclocks. We do have the overcharged OC here from Pre-Fire. They're getting that 150 damage, but it's Grommet who gets the kill. Now KY with the Dragon Blade in hand. Alongside Pokemini is able to find Pre-Fire. Pre-Fire was just in a terrible spot back there, getting shield bash, sword to the face. That just looked painful. Foxtails get some percentage. Start working up. 36% counting. Double support ults used from Cross Souls in that previous fight. Oh, Pokemini's already cleaned off the flank. Terra Surge in the cage fight. Got 3 last time. KY getting the brunt of this one and a spear to knock Hee Boink back. Grommet fights Pre-Fire. The attack fizzles out here from Cross Soul. They're trying to see if they can get out, maybe move over to Coast side. Ends up being a battle here. One that's going to favor Foxtails with this orbital right going into the choke. Grommet fired shots through it as well. With this, Foxtails have gained the lead in percentage on Night Market here for our opening sub-map. We'll get one last opportunity coming from Cross Souls. One where they're going to have some ultimates, but they're going to have to balance between being patient, building them up, but getting a touch on this point and taking a fast fight. Pre-Fire with the overclock. He will pop it immediately as rotate around towards Coast. Catches KY as they try to move in to intercept. Grab it down as well. Blade up from McChicken to try to take this back. It's a pretty heavy investment from Cross Souls on this fight with that Blade coming in late. You get Pokemini's rally out very late in fight as well, so not terrible. Grommet also invested an OC into that. So where there was concern, Cross Soul spending everything in the next to last fight, their opponent spent heavily as well. KY close to a Blade, not going to make it up to the point, not going to get that Blade up. 97.99, the pullback to deny the touch. And either Gunny or Cha-Cha, the only thing from Foxtails that were allowed to touch, from Cross Souls that were allowed to touch that point. Oh yeah, I had it right the first time. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job. I appreciate it though. It's alright, we're gonna lock in. I'm getting warmed up. I'm getting warmed up. It's not bad for a one-man band, you know? I produce, observe, and cast, alright? It's not bad. It's not bad. I've worked hard to get it to not bad status. I'll give myself that. Same compositions. We're still getting the Kiri Juno in here to accompany the Malga. Boink has already taken a considerable amount of damage, but catches an overrun and kill. Now looking to go regroup with KI right in front of the spawn door. Glacier got the Mega, but unfortunately just delayed their trip back to spawn. Very swift first fight here from Foxtails to get him first cap. The chicken trying to pry the door open for Glacier to push through. Oh, but Grommet speedering, you immediately stop Foxtails from disengaging. Looked like Boink was trying to back away, and Grommet comes up with that pick. Is able to fall with the second one here as the pressure continues on the door, but KY overextends a little bit, does get caught out, extending outside of the choke. That kill on the Glacier might buy enough time for KY to get in this fight. Ooh, but there's pre-fire. That's exactly what Cross Soul needed. Grommet had been giving him such fits. Had the overclock ready to go as well. It's going to be an overrun engage on top of the Kitsune Rush here from Boink and Foxtails. Tried to slam in on top of Glacier, but they popped the gold. Rally invested from haste to try to keep him alive through this fight. But looking for low health bars here. Boink is going to pick up that kill on pre-fire just before the orbital ray hits the battlefield. Terra Surge does enough damage onto Elrin to get the kill. Grossall have moved way past point, claimed all the ground back behind the objective, isolating the couple players remaining from Foxtails. It's going to be the flip, but not before Agave gets 70% on the board. Grommet has delivered several opening picks here. Got the blade coming at him. The orbital able to fend off a lot of it, but McChicken still takes KY down before they can get their own Dragon Blade into this fight. With losing KY, it's going to be a quick disengage. Push back in onto Glacier. Pre-Fire's doing a great job of holding this off angle. Kind of creates a line, makes it difficult to push in. But with the blade and the overrun, here comes KY. The rest of Agave Foxtails taking haste out of this fight immediately. Glacier is able to respond as Pre-Fire's overclock was used amidst that. Whoops, wrong one. I wanted Glacier pop. There we go. The Risa able to move in and out last. It's being a smart pick. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words, y'all. Hey, I can't argue with being second only to the CX and Under. That's good company. That's good company. A big push from Boink. It was a huge overrun. Like, hit 4 with that overrun, but it's extremely overextended. Glacier had isolated the back line to where there's just no chance for anybody to catch up. Swift move out of Cross Souls. Only one more fight needed here to take this opening map. Blade from McChicken combined with an orbital, and it is a quick kill to the back line. Grommet did not get a chance get into this fight was been such a factor through a lot of these fight wins here for Foxtails. McChicken went to go shut that down immediately. Does not allow the OC. Now shuts down a rally as well. Cross Souls will clean it up in 2. They're both close. But in the end, Cross Souls will take them both. All right, let's get to our match page. There's our match page. All right. What can we take away from that? Well, we saw no changes in 2 very different styles of maps. First thing that stands out to me is we saw both teams kind of stick to their guns on what they wanted to run compositionally. With the Maga and the Orisa, respectively. The Orisa ends up being a great pick. Oh, was there a Cage Jackson there? Ooh, nasty. Nasty. I missed that. I missed that. Okay, so Numbani pick here out of Foxtails. Cross Souls going on the attack. We'll stay in the red. But I think it's fascinating, you know, across, again, 2 very different styles between Night Market and Control Center. Where you have a little bit more room to play around with different stuff on Night Market. And they still stick to that very just brawly, in-your-face, heavy sustained tank trade kind of fights. All right. Shoot, I didn't catch... Well, I guess we know. I guess the other team banned out Lucio. We cannot repeat bans anymore. We cannot repeat bans anymore. Oh, wow. They're not wasting time getting into this. So I'm going to go put bans in. I'm going to put up some stats for y'all to gander at. Stats look a little bit more one-sided than the map felt, doesn't it? All right, so that was a Lucio ban coming in from Foxtails. And it was a Winston ban from Cross Soul. Skinny Legend, thank you for the follow. Where's that should be in here? Oh, we're in swapping to the auto. The only change we see out of Agave Foxtails moving into this Numbani defense. Glacier showing us a run. I hear the run roaring forward. Let's go. Oh, the Glad skin with the... This is a cool combo. All right, I like the aesthetic, Glacier. We like your aesthetic. Oh, but unfortunately, Manjaro gets caught up. Does not make that big rotation, that big aggressive play. KY finds 2 early in this fight, and Glacier gets isolated down in first floor hotel. It's a swift approach out of Cross Souls, but swiftly dealt with from this defensive Foxtails. Even finding some exit picks here on the end. Haste on that Moira is the other change coming in from Cross Souls moving into this map too. Still waiting to respawn. 4 strong. Cross Souls move up top. With this front loaded as this team play, it wouldn't surprise me to just put all the focus onto the Maga. Oh, but it's a beautiful converge. Once again, it's Boink and KY into the supports, getting underneath the squishy underbelly. You know, finding the weaknesses, finding the openings in the armor. And place themselves perfectly in those gaps. Walk Fry, thank you for the follow. Bonk Ajax. Oh. Unfortunate. Yeah, good catch. Good catch. Let's get, we're going to see a tip come in. This time with Blade. KY doesn't get it done. Glacier was ready for it. There's the peel. Not going to just stand outside and let them execute the supports this time around. Third time's a charm. Crossel's got one tick picked up already. Pre-fire positioned up on this upper balcony. Provide not just cover fire, but little information like this nano boost. Going on to Gromit with the overclock. Moving on to the point. Anchoring it down. Actually gets the kill onto the Reinhardt through all of that. McChicken wants to swing this. The kill onto... Oh, remember, there's a Kitsune Rush to run into. You got to be wary of. KY has a blade of their own. Once again goes into that back line. Picks up kill not only on Manjiro and pre-fire, but McChicken as well. KY finds 4, and the retake from Agave Foxtails is outstanding. A commanding two-step process. What a retake. Using the nano to overclock to get a foothold. And then KY with that big 4K. 4KY. To seal the deal, hold this defense. 65 seconds to go. Push on from Glacier. Ooh. Well, Boyd gets that cage down, but it doesn't last very long. Nano boost thrown on to pre-fire. Solo shatter onto Pokemon, and this is going to be a point cap. It cost 4 of the 5 ultimates. I guess 3 of the 4 ultimates for in that fight. McChicken's blade was at the very end of the last fight. Still an expensive investment, but hey, they are rewarded. They had one last chance, you can understand. Good news is the defense was pretty spent in their own right. Glacier tried the flank pin, gets slept and anteed. Uh-oh. Now in a bit of trouble. Good shot out of pre-fire. Actually put KY back, and McChicken sends them into the grave. Nice combo to bail out Glacier. It looks like the 1 health purple Reinhardt ends up just being a giant bait. Good block onto the overrun. Will force the Suzu out there to cleanse a purple. Oh, that was a critical McChicken overrun, though. Chicken's got their head stomped on. That looked painful. Kitsune rush from this defense. It's not enough to save point. Good anti-nade up top for Manjiro. And despite the rush up, the offense is relentless. Hammering their way close to a point beat cap. Yep, there it is. Shuko Jerry has won another set of FACEIT League points of... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, FACEIT points. Not FACEIT League points, just FACEIT points. I was anticipating the nano, but great kill for McChicken. It's McChicken who gets the nano and finds a kill. Ends up being an even trade, though. KY looking to catch up on this point where Glacier and company tries to seize control, lock down the cart. Gromit with a flank and overclock. Did not count on McChicken coming in from ATM. Had the read. KY still has the play, but McChicken now in a duel. Up close and personal. Outside here, Bunk's going to win the tank trade. KY's going to win the Genji trade, and the defense stabilizes with 2:30 to go. Nano blade attack from this top side, high ground. KY, I think, was hoping to kind of catch him sleeping. Perhaps catch him by trying to push through the choke. So Pokemon is going to switch step up here as well. Elrin's still hanging out back down low where Glacier has pushed in. Does have another shatter. KY's blade used up top, though. Cuts off Manjiro and the sustain from this cup. Yeah, that... Right back to way. Ends up being a trade here at the end of the fight. Glacier gets a pin on the Boink. Where does that happen? Sitting Boink off the side of the map, I'm guessing. What a wild fight. Very broken. Shatter's gonna find 2. Fire strike. Ooh, the second one clips Elrin there in the back. Could be a low target here for McChicken to come through with the pick. Dash in. The nade lands on McChicken. Did not deflect it in time. Is forced out. Does not get the blade out. Has to back away. But sure, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Torbjorn finds 2 picks. $60 seconds remain here for Foxtails. Oh, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the sub. I'm sorry about the ads, but I do appreciate it. Lots of ultimates for both sides. Cage fight Molten Core could actually be just the end of Glacier here. Drop down. That just missed everybody? That just missed everybody. A complete whiff, but still you get the kill on the Glacier. Nano boost onto the Torbs. That was a nano Molten Core. That is dangerous lava. And McChicken runs right into it. Didn't count on it. Just sucking the health down that fast. Poor Haze ends up in a duel against a turret. I don't know that went exactly how this defensive Foxtails drew it up, but they get what they needed to out of it. The cage ended up it being a trade onto Glacier. The Molten Core does shut down the blade, even though it felt a little haphazard. Didn't expect the nano boost onto it, that's for sure. The overrun stops Glacier from getting a touch here at the very end. This is as far as Cross Souls will get.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
So Glacier making another tank change. Goes over that D.Va here for this defense. Makes sense, particularly for point A. Do you have Manjiro on the Ana? So you anticipate the back right position. Yep, that's where Manjiro's headed.
4, 3, 2, 1.
No changes out of Foxtails. Sticking with the Grummet Tor. McChicken is no longer on this, on the Genji, though. Sure you'll get enough money to get a Switch to anyway? Oh my goodness. Deep pockets, deep pockets. Hey, I certainly wouldn't want to rob you of that joy. Okay, guys, already snuck in. Get access to the stairs. Currently just being held off by McChicken, who was low but is able to hold on to the recall importantly through this in a 2v2 fight. Oh, but overextends. That was a big misplay. McChicken tried to push all the way down to try to follow up onto Pokemon-Enemy. And this ends up just opening this whole point wide open. I thought that sleep landed for a second. Oh, good nade to try to save Free Fire. Is it going to be enough? It is! I mean, at least enough for Free Fire to get a trade out of it. A little bit of fight for the clothing store. Kitsune rush in the pocket. Ooh! Doesn't come out. The nano boosted overclock. I think call with me is like, don't even bother. Don't try to save it through that. Great fight. Great shooting there out of pre-fire. And that is one way to put a stop to a cart. Man, you just put the wheel boot on that thing. I mean, I guess the carts don't have wheels, but you get my point. That was the emergency brake. Top rope leap down for point. Needs an enormous purple. I think that will allow for a Suzu to come through. But this Kitsune Rush, though buying some space, okay, I was gonna say, wasn't quite finding any value, but not until Grommet landed that pit. Through the doorway, no less. Now a blade here for KY to try to close this out. And this is looking systematic. KY with Ice Set on the back line. Gets the nano boost before dashing in. Ace is able to get one stun, but cannot fend off the subsequent swings. The slicing and dicing is just too much. KY has absolutely dismantled the defense. That's going to be 2 points on the board. Oh, Mario Kart World. Oh, okay. Yeah, that does sound 100% worth it, sure. That sounds 100% worth it. Oh, God. That was slick. A clean execution on a Brave Fire is KY is just thriving in this like 1v3. Ace was tossing in heal packs there from the outside. KY still goes back in for more. Gets picked off this time. It might have been an opportunity for the front line to take advantage of that distraction. But good job from the defense. Quickly dispose of the KY threat. And Pre-Fire turns around with another great fight. Pre-Fire really finding for some wonderful shots here on the back half of this defense. Ooh, catching a Suzu eat. Look at you, Sheriff. I didn't pick up on some granular details. I love it. I love it. Great catch. Cage fight up top. Honestly surprised that Grommet's not up there at it. This is going to get the cart around the corner, which forces the defense off of that spot. It's really the only place they can hold, too. Really well placed Molten Core. It is a 2-for-1 trade, but Pre-Fire's out of the fight, as is the Overclock and the Dragon Blade. The supports get it done. And we're all knotted up. Escort and push for Colosseo to choose from for map 3. Yeah, KYIDK is nuts. A really, really clean Genji. I wouldn't surprise me to see a Genji ban come through. Because Colosseo do have first ban coming in. They have chosen Colosseo. Let's see if they ban out of damage here. We saw my chicken kind of more inclined to go towards the Tracer for that defense. Perhaps they could force that mirror, get a little bit more of the angle control and the flank control. Particularly important on any push map. Not as much on Colosseo as some others, but still really important. Yeah, I think a Genji ban here would be quite interesting, actually. Why do I have their name plural in the... Foxtails is plural. Cross-Soul is not. It's Cross-Soul. What? I don't know why I pluralized that in my in the scorecard there, sorry. I don't think I did it in the title, right? No, I didn't do it in the title. I don't know why I did it on the scoreboard. Oh, we need to do some gambits. We need to do some gambits, don't we? Oh, shoot, I missed it. All right, what's it up for us? Oh, I mean, that was a really close map, y'all. Wow, that was really close. Okay, so we get an Orisa and a Kiribat. So I believe the Kiribat came first. I imagine... No, it had to be... Yeah, we had to get the Kiribat first. Borg has not changed off Amalga. So, no, I mean, yeah, we had to get the Kiribat first. I was just kind of processing, looking if there's any world. But with Colosseo getting first banned, it's not like there was any... There was no Protect either. Like, there's no room. There's no reason why they would ban the Orisa. Why, Colosseo would ban the Orisa. Oh, shit. All right, let's get into this thing. Now, they didn't waste any time, did they? Like, there was, like, no lobby time. So Glacier back in another variation on the Gladiators, Reinhardt. Boink leaps into a 1v5. KY just gets punished. Trying to get aggressive with the Pharah, kind of making maybe perhaps a surprise swap, anticipating the Reinhardt with the Orisa ban coming through. You know, hoping you can just get that easy counter, a lot of aggressive damage. Just gets thwarted immediately. Boink takes so much damage on the approach. They barely survived a split second after the overrun was complete. So Boink comes off the Maga. A speed ring pursuit here. Gonna catch Boink all the way up to this back line. Got Pre-Fire low, but even while getting punched, Pre-Fire's able to find KY. Gotta love the focus. Here from the Cross-Soul hit scan player. Pre-Fire. Full control. With Pre-Fire just got positioned underneath there. There was no save place, no angle that Cross-Soul did not have covered there through that big second fight. And it's another flawless fight win. The boop! Glacier gets booped off, ends up hammering the wall. It is going to take Boink for a ride, but is so outnumbered that we're just going to get KY running away with the bot while the rest of Foxtails play cleanup here. The speed boost, try to get Pre-Fire out, they just can't take advantage of it. No Genji ban, so I might have a chance. Immediately, it throws at the orbital, tries to get out, but then flies right back in to the grasp of McChicken. Boink gets taken out of their ultimate. KY is going to invest late into this. Is able to pick up one, but that is going to be it. So Colosseo will start marching back the other direction. Pokey has to spin the crossfade, but they get out. Has the crossfade to spin, I think, importantly. We do get a recontest. KY seems really in the thick of things ahead of the rest of the team. There goes Boink to catch up on the front line, and KY dashes back through a regroup, put pressure onto the tank. Glacier has the speed ring, is just going to go in and swing it. Everybody cooped up in a corner? That's exactly where Glacier wants you. Easy pickings for this Reinhardt. Caught. Boink with the edge of the shatter. Chicken's able to dash through and pick up two. Glacier does fall. But their sacrifice is not in vain. A crazy back and forth fight. KY is still here to contest, not giving up a free cap here for Colosseo. Colosseo do eventually force them out, though, push it over the line. KY trying to get aggressive. Ends up with McChicken behind them. They're able to dance back behind the defense, but McChicken chases him down. Has a blade, but can't quite get it onto the battlefield. Foiled by a turret. Now there's lava on this point as well, creating an ocean between Glacier and the rest of Foxtails. One more pre-fire is able to fire across. Find Pokemini-Me. Very big swings on to Grommet, though. Will take the Torbjorn down, and Colosseo will continue to push the spot, inching ever closer towards that checkpoint. Pre-fire picking up a kill along the way. Boink's not going to try to drop down and contest. We march past that stopping point. Glacier caught in on the corner for a moment. There goes Boink trying to push past. The shatter into the orbital, and the backline does not get that healing. The orbital gets away from Elrin and Grommet while they're on their backs on the ground. They end up getting smashed like a nail. Hammered to bits. A very rusty, crumbling nail that breaks. Shattered to pieces. DPS now taking that high window spot. Overclock from pre-fire. And blade from KY to try to counterpunch. Tries to see if they can find some supports. Hey, you find pre-fire, that'll work. Blade seems to be a little more than a distraction itself. But still picks come through, favoring Foxtails, and they're going to move the ball back the other direction. But it's a 120 to 25 meter lead. Glacier has been an absolute Rhine Chad all map. Can't argue that. Already halfway to another shatter here. Grommet will break the shield, but here comes McChicken to try to back up the ride. Still can't save Glacier. See if he can get the supports instead. Doesn't look like it. There's the pursuit from Hayes. Manchuro's able to find one. Hayes takes down Elrin on the chase. Now everybody from Colosseo trying to regroup back onto this point where it's just Boink left standing here for Foxtails. Swarmed and sent to spawn. Here comes TS1 marching right back the other direction. Foxtails not able to get past that center point. So still a 95 meter lead. I mean, it was understandable. That performance from KY on map 2 was absolutely understandable. That got my head too. But even without that Genji ban, you know, the confidence here from Colosseo, they had it under control. Glacier now 98% to shatters. They're turning this final corner to make the long stretch. Is going to pin in on Bumblebee there, a.k.a. Grommet, one of my favorite skins. The Shatter Jewels to take Elwyn out of the sky. Had the perfect vertical prediction on that. You know, a lot of Ryans know the distance of the Shatter. It takes a specialized Reinhardt brain to know exactly how much verticality you can get out of an Earth Shatter. Rips Elwyn out of the sky. I mean, it just eats a lot more time off this clock. We're eventually going to get a flip with Bone going over to the Winston. Has the jump. We'll chase down McChicken here. Been a long way to travel here for Foxtails and miles to go before they sleep. Woo! One mortar on a glacier. There comes two more. Boink trying to follow up on that damage. Ryan got over halfway down, had about a third of the health bar left. Actually forced a pin backwards. We don't get the follow-up pressure. A slow approach from Foxtails. Now have the orbital in the mix, but they're not able to take advantage of it. Somebody will come in this 4v4. Oh, that's a pin landing. Somehow that gets interrupted. The pin doesn't get the kill. KY comes up with the final blow onto Glacier. All right, so one of many fight wins here from Agave Foxtails. Rest are going to have to be done in overtime, particularly... Well, I mean, really, just they're going to have to be done in overtime. It's all or nothing here for Foxtails. Win it out or go down 1-2 in the series. Still have this checkpoint to get through. KY has found an opening pick. So big pin into the back line. Trying to drop the pulse. It doesn't land. Boy, keeping Glacier isolated on the outside, is able to avoid the Shadow with just a nice little shimmy sidestep. But here comes double DPS ult into the mix. Grossols will stop Foxtails in their tracks. Taking the 2-1 lead, moving up to match point. Rhinology. It's a good word. So we're back to a Foxtails map pick. They've chosen Escort. It's interesting. What was left? Flashpoint and Escort was what was left, and they went with Escort. I mean, considering they've been hard playing Maga, like hard stuck in this comp. I'm kind of curious. I mean, they still go Dorado. Foxtails still go Dorado. Go to Dorado. I mean, it's been the Escort pick. We've seen a little bit of Havana. Foxtails get first ban here. What do they use it on? Tank. Okay, Foxtails do ban out of tank. Okay. I deleted the Preds just so you're not losing anything since you were the only one that Pred. I'll still give them to you. It's still just good habit. It's a good habit for me to to put these Preds in. But I don't want to take your points away. I mean, you wouldn't have won anything if you had won. Okay, so it was a Diva ban from Foxtails, Tracer ban from Cross Soul. Quick look at stats while I go plug that in. My dog kicked my dog kicked my door open, or my door kicked my dog open. That would be a little more scary. Let's get into map 4.
Ready for battle.
$29. 29% win rate for Glacier on Winston, apparently. Hey, it's the first... I'm going Winston. I have 28% win rate on games. Well, we're seeing Boycott Winston for the first time here as well. I mean, if you're not going to win money, I'm not going to take money away from you. You just get the satisfaction or, you know, the pain of knowing you were right or wrong. I mean, it's just helpful for me just to get in the habit of doing it, you know? Try to do Preds on a delay and stuff. It takes a little practice. I got to remember to do it. Losing points into the ether is funny. I mean, I've done it before. I've done it before, Babby, but I didn't feel right about it this time. Oh, great dive from the defense. My goodness. Elrond got a big nade on the... Or maybe it was the dynamite that I saw. I saw something pop right before everybody just converged and Goomba stomped Manjiro into a pancake. You still have Glacier trying to push him back behind the defense, but is forced back out. Elrond's able to build up to a fairly quick nano here, considerably ahead of what Manjiro put up. There was a 3-player bio nade that got the nano online, and Elrond has been kind of, well, is the name of the game right now. I use 50k skunk points to get. They are fantastic. I love those emotes. 2 of my favorites on the channel, Maddie. Like, I think that Winton emote just improved the overall quality of the channel immediately. Free Fire improving the quality of Crossfire's chances here on this attack. Boink with a primal by the edge. Oh, it's gonna get 2. Oh no, it's gonna get the follow up on Ace as well. We're gonna see that play in the highlights. That was something else. All right, Boink. All right. All Pre-Fire's hard work there to open that up. Completely torn apart by one Primal Rage. Glacier does find a little bit of MTD. Just a little bit, mind you. KY's blade gets absolutely nada with the Winston going down. Good boop from Pokey. Protects Grommet in that backline, who does have a Bob, by the way. Rotation to the courtyard. Nano pre-fire. So already got one. Primal from Glacial. Okay, we gotta see the 28% win rate Primal, right? Yeah, I mean that's about what I expected to see. Hey, I mean still able to find KI KY in that. You've done it to me several times, yes. I know, Maddie, I'm sorry. We do have a duplicate available for Big Chicken. Not much else to work with. Glacier says, that's enough of the Winted. Give me my LH Cloudy skin back. Hey, opening pick. That's what you needed. There it is. Chicken into the back line. Perfect timing on the duplicate. Finds Grommet with that as well. Making good use of that extra lifeline. Buying Cross Soul a chance here on Dorado. Feels like map would have just been done and dusted. I mean, it's still not complete. Nano engage from point goes over the top. KY had been stalling this card out the whole time. Manages to survive here until the very, very end. Up in the sky, McChicken's going to get melted down by the Tesla cannon. The Bionade on top of Glacier means they're not going to last long. What a hold. 3v3 on this point. Pre-fire with 1 health trying to get topped up. The Dynamite is just going to buy more time there from the Juno, and Grommet takes them down. The defense stops this card. It's the end of the line here for Cross Soul.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
That was spectacular. KY stays alive forever to hold down the point. Buys time for the setup to where you get Elrin in position. Boink is able to do the big leap over the sniper platform and gets the Nano just at the pinnacle of the jump. Maximizing Nano uptime for that retake. Brilliantly done. Brilliantly done. Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to see that we got the yin and yang of primal rages. That's for sure. Sure. We got the yin and yang of primal rages. Because Boink's primal off the side, that was top 10 material. That was fantastic. It doesn't have to be super juggle. It's all about control. All about control with Primal Rage. All right. McChicken goes to the Cassidy. I will refrain from making jokes referencing the old name of that character. Oh. Ow. Early pin on the Boink. Hey, wait a minute. I heard that. Bumblebee's back in the battlefield. Boink just with the ebb and flow up to the high ground. Help him build some old charge here for Elrin, who is leading the server by a mile. McChicken's the only one even close. Where's Glacier going? You going high ground? Okay, nope. It was just threatening. Just get a whole courtyard. Remember, I mean, Box of Victory is right here in the courtyard. One fight win could do this. Here for Foxtails to force this map 5. Grommet's going to open up with a pick on the Glacier. Oh, and Bumblebee's on the case. Finds 2. And Agave Foxtails definitely look like more than meets the eye. The Nano Boost finish here on Dorado. And we're going to yet another map 5. Ooh. Glacier gets a touch. There's no ultimates. There's nothing to swing this. Why are they dropping GGs? That was only map 4. Oh, like that confused me for a second. Oh, that's a wonderful black screen. There we go. Okay. So, anything that hasn't been played, available for Cross-Soul to choose from here for map 5. But Suravasa picked. Here, we can use our band screen. I was so confident with my vote until I witnessed Glacier Winton. Oh, sure. Take ban and from Cross Soul. Gotta imagine it's gotta be the Maga. It's gotta be the Maga band coming in from Cross Soul, right? It's gotta be. All right, let's look at some stats there for map 4. That felt one-sided. It looks one-sided on the stat card. The most one-sided map of the series, bar none. But I mean, it was a Foxtails map pick. Boink with 17-1 there in that map, leading the server in damage by quite a bit, by nearly 50%. Quite a bit. All right, let's go see what those bans were. Did we get the Maga ban from Cross Soul? We do indeed. Juno ban coming in from Foxtails. So, the stage is set. Let's get ready for map 5. Here, I'm gonna go. We'll get you in game, and then I'll go complete and start Preds here for map 5. Manjiro, appreciate the follow. Says pin avoid Glacier when he's on Winton. All right, it's time for map 5. Let's go. It's our second map 5 of the day, actually. Suravasa, in fact, does come out in the LH Cloudy cosplay. Boink opts for a JQ in lieu of that Maga ban. So, you know, played Maga pretty extensively for the first 3 maps. I mean, exclusively for the first 3 maps. Woo, that extra bleed damage ends up being the end of Glacier. So, the debut of the JQ here from Boink. So far, so good. It's a 3v2 left on this point. I believe KY just delivered it with that kill on the Haze. Oh, once again, the KY Genji. I mean, it's just parked right beneath Glacier, sending shuriken after shuriken into the back. I mean, Glacier's back was an absolute pin cushion. And now the chase. Oh. Wait, no, wait, cancel, no. No. Is it shift? Stop that. Stop being locked. No. No. Highlight requested? That is not what I meant to at all. Sorry, my camera's gotten locked, and then it's Control F9 to get off of that position, but Control F9 is also comment and highlight or something? I don't know. Sorry about that. We do get the cap here from Foxtails started off. KY with a just ridiculous opening point there. Ooh, Elrin, what are you doing? What are you doing, sneaky sneak? Ooh, Kitsune Rush tiny room. Boink says yes, please. Try to cut off the escape. And it successfully does so. Absolutely sandwiches Cross Soul there in that room. And so far, so good here in the Junker Queen. Looks like this wasn't so much of a hindrance as a boon for Foxtails so far. Missing the Maga, that is. Having to move into a Junker Queen does not seem to have hurt this Foxtail squad whatsoever. Majiro Kitsune Rush. Shatter goes down. Shatter did not land. Soundberry Molten Core in response. KY's going to go ahead and Blade. Finds the perfect opportunity to seal the deal here on Palace. Ooh, actually, there's going to be another fight. At least sealed that team fight, though. Another spectacular multi-kill Blade. KY's Genji continues to impress. Wins the duel out over McChicken here. This next fight, who had a Dragon Blade of their own. We're not going to see it. Not unless the rest of Crosswell can somehow make it onto this point. Glacier's moved into an eraser coming off of the Reinhardt, but not faring any better. Right back to the glue factory or the scrap yard or the scrappy glue factory, something like that. 2 points on the board here from map 5 for Foxtails, 1 point away in the upper bracket quarterfinals. It's just the KY show. The rest of the team finally comes and joins KY after fighting that opening pick. Can't quite lock down. Hey, that would have been such a huge opener there for Boyd to take the sound barrier out of this fight. Ace is good. Just sticking around inside this Kitsune Rush. Now throw it into this. And KY picks up another one. The dash in onto the Kiriko. Man, Jiro was too much for KY to handle. Oh, man, Jiro picks up 2 important kills. Taking KY and Boink out of this fight. Completely opening the door for Cross Soul. First time on Suravasa. Much needed sigh of relief as they will finally get some percentage going. Yeah, I didn't know you could comment on that either. It's Control F9, apparently. I guess it's so when you make a highlight video, you can like label it, you can name it. Yeah, unfortunately, it was like 2 commands were on the same hotkey. We figured it out. I just had to hit control in a different camera to get it to lock onto somebody else and then turn it off. Ended up being the solution. KY Blade to open this fight up. Doesn't even beat with it. Holds on to the beat. May have been a mistake. Boy, looking to swing it back. Has pre-fire and Glacier Purple with the Rampage. Is going to finish off the form, but gets taken down by the ladder. Moving into the backline. It's a nasty fight. It's a bloodbath. One where Foxtails have gotten control of this point again. I mean, you still have some lingering members from Crossell on the objective. Oh, that wasn't something. Chicken goes down, and Glacier has to turn those 4 legs around. Do or die time. Here for Crossell, the pressure is on. Pre-fire with an opener onto Pokemon-Enemy. There you go. You take those 2 times every day. The Kitsune Rush up and it's still not clean. KY's still able to move in. 5 headshot kills onto both Midjiro and McChicken, despite the Kitsune Rush. And that is going to be the series. KY with a elevated generational map 5 performance. And Foxtails will win out the 3-2, moving on into upper bracket quarterfinals. A dominant 3-0. What was a very close series And even I would say Cross Souls with the edge. Suddenly, I mean, Foxtails just went, now we're taking this one home. They picked Dorado, ramp it up to 1,000. And then even here on Cross Souls map pick on Suravasa are able to turn it up and, turn it up another gear. And just clean house. That was an incredible performance. Let's get some background music. Let's get some stats. Grommet 23-2 on the Sojourn, KY 20-4 there in the Genji, and then Boink at 19-2 in the tank. Honestly, I mean, it was Grommet with a lot more damage output on the stat card than it felt like in game. I mean, look at that, nearly 9k damage for Grommet. Or 1,500 more than second place as far as damage is concerned. That would have been Purifier or in DPS on the other side and hit scan on the other side. Control F9 for the title, Pit Avoid Glacier, and it's every single fight. Oh my. I mean, that was kind of the moment, wasn't it? Like, you get the Glacier. They even said it jokingly, like, oh, I've got 28% win rate on Winston, but the momentum shifted there. Like, Foxtails really, really, like, turned the wind. I mean, controlled the weather, was like, nope, this wind is now shifted firmly in the big Foxy Tails. I'm looking at the logo here, it looks like a big sail on the, there for the Agave. Like, well, the wind caught it. The wind caught it. My goodness. There it is. Keep gambling, kids. Whoa, Maddie, I don't know if that's the message we're trying to send here. I don't know if that's the message we're trying to send here. A fantastic series from KY. I think KY would have to be our player of the match. I mean, just a real standout performance. Obviously, it's a team effort, and as we talked about, Grommet comes up with surprising Maya test with almost 3,000 more damage than KY in that final map 5. But KY just had that X factor, had that finishing factor to close out fights, to continue to get multi kills, to really make the most of each of the Dragon Blades. So many multi kill Dragon Blades. Nicely played. Big GG's all around. What a way to kick off our postseason here for Expert. Oh, Grommet, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Congrats on the dub. Congrats on the dub. I apologize it's going to be so long to get you on stream this season, but yeah, Foxtails on top. Foxtails on top. But that is all I'm going to have for you tonight. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We'll send this raid on over to somebody, but, in the meantime, be awesome humans. Be kind to each other. Yeah, I'll see you back here for tomorrow for some Master Division playoffs. Have a wonderful night, friends. All right, bye, y'all.